Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into a fascinating cricket match.
We are.
The first test, Australia versus West Indies 2025 series down in Bridgetown.
Mm-hmm.
And the sources we've looked at, they paint this really dramatic picture, lots of twists.
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't just, a straightforward game. Fortune swung like crazy.
Right.
So our mission today is kind of digging into how Australia managed to pull off a pretty solid win.
Especially after things looked, a bit dicey for them early on.
Exactly. How did they turn it around? That's what we need to unpack.
Okay, let's get into it. So the match kicks off. Australia win the toss, decide to bat.
Which sounds standard enough.
But then, bang! Our sources say they ran straight into this really fiery West Indies pace attack.
Yeah, fiery's a good word for it. The reports really highlight that early Windies dominance.
It wasn't just about taking wickets, was it?
No, not at all. It was how.
Yeah.
Jayden Seals, especially, he took 5, right?
Yep, 5 wickets for Seals.
But the sources point to his method, that relentless full length, getting that late seam movement.
Forcing those tentative shots outside off stump.
Precisely. A real tactical win for the Windies right out of the gate. And Shamar Joseph backing him up, too.
So Australia end up all out for 180.
Just 180.
Yeah.
Which, is apparently their lowest test score in the Caribbean for quite a few years.
Yeah. That really underlines the challenge, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It showed how potent those Windies pacers were, especially on that pitch.
Okay, so Windies have all the momentum. They bowled brilliantly. But then they kind of stumbled with the bat.
That's the crucial bit, isn't it? A huge missed opportunity, according to the analysis.
They ended day one on 57 for 4, so they didn't exactly hammer home that advantage.
No, they didn't. And you have to ask why. Was it just great bowling from Australia bouncing back?
Or did the Windies batters maybe falter under the pressure?
It seems like a bit of both, really. The sources suggest Australia's bowlers definitely tightened things up, very disciplined lines and lengths. But the Windies batsmen just couldn't seem to switch gears, from that bowling aggression to batting patience.
Right, couldn't consolidate.
Exactly. They let Australia hang around instead of building that commanding lead. That really opened the door.
And that leads us to where the whole story flips, doesn't it? Australia's second innings.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really interesting.
Because the reports say the Australian middle order just came flat.
Yeah, really did. An incredible display, especially considering the pressure they were under.
What stood out? Who are the key players in that turnaround?
Well, Travis Head was central. Twin 50s. The reports call it a calm, composed, really match-winning effort overall.
Consistent performer.
Very. But you also had Beau Webster chipping in with a really crucial half-century.
Okay.
And then Alex Carey. His innings was described as a quick-fire 50. That seemed to really shift the momentum fast.
So he took the attack to them.
Exactly. Calculated risks, apparently, put the Windies fielders under pressure, changed the tempo completely.
It's that depth, isn't it? That experience in the middle order.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It shows resilience, but also that know-how to navigate those tough moments in a test match.
So they put up a strong total, set the Windies a challenging target. What about the final act? How did Australia seal the deal?
It actually happened pretty quickly in the end. And the key, Josh Hazlewood.
Hazlewood's bowling. Always reliable.
More than reliable here. It was described as a clinical performance, a 5-wicket haul.
Was it sheer pace, or?
No, the sources emphasize his accuracy. Pinpoint stuff. Just constantly hitting that corridor of uncertainty.
Drawing the batsman into mistakes.
Exactly. He just dismantled the chase. The Windies batting sort of wilted under that sustained pressure.
And the match finished inside 3 days.
Yep. All wrapped up, Australia winning by 159 runs. Pretty convincing in the end.
Wow. So if we boil it down, West Indies showed promise, definitely. That early bowling was electric.
For sure. Sparks of real quality.
But ultimately, Australia's resilience, that middle order fight back, and then Hazlewood's clinical finish, just too strong.
That seems to be the story, yes. Australia weathered the early storm and then executed brilliantly when it mattered.
So thinking about the bigger picture, the series, what's the main takeaway here?
Well, it really hammers home how crucial it is to capitalize when you're on top, which the Windies didn't quite manage. And it shows Australia's template, perhaps. Absorb pressure, trust your experienced players, and be ruthless with the ball. Overcoming setbacks is key.
It sets things up nicely, though.
It does.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty compelling question, doesn't it?
Go on.
Can the Windies learn from this, regroup, and maybe find that consistency for the second test? Or was this a sign of, well, continued Australian dominance for the rest of the series?
That's the big question now, isn't it? We'll have to wait and see.